All right, welcome back to another Koenji Sean Reviews the Manga Show, episode number 14, which is now Japan Book Hunter, the manga show, because, well, that's the name of my bookstore, so I figured I might as well bring it all together under the same name, so it will be that moving forward. And I know it's been a couple months since I put out a video. Thank you for being patient, but this will be a good one. We got some manga and art events, we got some unboxing, some rare manga reviews, and a little bit more. So let's get into it. All right, let's take a look at some Iijima Shiro. This is a collection of his works released from 1959 to 1979. This came out in 2003. This is Toruko Seiza no Otokotachi, or Men of the Turkish Constellation. You might have seen in previous videos, these have come out over the last couple years. Married to a Gorilla. These are all released in Black Punch. 1960s. Volume number 2 was Birth of the Human Fruit. Then we have Fear Tits, was volume 3, and these were so successful that they put out this one, Alcohol of Death. This is amazing as well. But these are more recent releases, but this 2003 one has gotten really hard to find and quite expensive. I actually sold this one on the website, japanbookhunter.com, and I thought before I shipped it, I should do a quick little flip through of it. Wild stuff. It's a big old brick. Kind of sci-fi horror gekiga. And if you're not familiar with gekiga is like dramatic pictures, maybe in English, which refers to more realistic comics that start coming out really with Iijima in 59, but through the 60s, and then by the late 70s, it was ramped up and on crack. There was wild stuff coming out, like 77, 78, 79, really pushing the envelope of what manga could be. I mean, look at this stuff. We open with a man on a pike. So I'm not going to go through all of these in tons of detail. This one is, we have this saber-tooth cat battle, which is amazing. Knocks off this dude's head. It's clearly the pet of this fine lady. Basically, these have lots of sex, violence, and just straight up weirdness. Wah! Eating his entrails. Whoa, Tengu. Yeah, a little bit of hard-boiled action going on, combined with the supernatural. He has stopped a bunch of bullets. Dude's got a crossbow. Someone's gonna die. Oh, damn. Well, I guess we know who died. I mean, even if you don't read Japanese, just the artwork alone is worth picking any Iijima up. I always say it, lots of death by car back in the 60s and 70s, because there was a lot of death by car back in the 60s and 70s in real life. Let's see if we got any more real good action here. Whoa! Everybody was kung fu fight. I can't sing. I shouldn't be doing that shit. Yeah, so here we get into some SF, some sci-fi stuff. Whoa! Dude gets his jugular torn out. the crazy murder era. What? Everybody dies. It's just wild stuff. Even old ladies die. Getting axed. Getting shanked. Getting that little short katana. Yeah, I love this one. I actually had this in my personal collection, sold it, got it again, sold it to a friend, found it one last time, this one, and I thought, you know, I've already read it. I think I'll just be nice and let it go. Let it out into the world, because I do have all of those other releases, Married to a Gorilla and whatnot, in my personal collection. But these do pop up now and then, but they're never cheap. Usually around $100 or so. His severed hand pulls out, and it's a sword. Reminds me of the bad guy on Enter the Dragon. You know, with all the hands. This one is in one of those other releases. I like this one, The Alien. It's an alien story. So there is a little bit of, you know, a little bit of overlap between the newer releases and this 2003 release. All this cross-hatching and stuff. But see, these were printed in magazines like Black Punch. So this is actually not bad print quality considering how they had to come across it, how they had to reprint it, because many of the originals are gone, long gone. And they're talking about, a pub is here in Japan has been talking about releasing some more, but those black, they have to, like, I believe they have to do high-res scans from the original Black Punch magazines, which are impossible to find. I've been looking for them for 4 years. Never found one in the wild in my life. But I hear that they're more common in Hokkaido, because there was a lot of printing presses out in Hokkaido. So there was a lot, I don't know if I don't want to say there's more distribution up there. Maybe just more got circulated out into Hokkaido than they did, like in the Sapporo region, than they did in Tokyo. Plus with, you know, space being a premium here in the city, people just don't hold on to magazines. I imagine out there people, I mean, I know people have more space out in Hokkaido, allowing them to hoard magazines a little bit more than us Tokyoites would be able to. Wild. Dang, homie, you and your lady got stuck. Fun stuff, fun stuff. And there's Married to a Gorilla. This part in the back kind of goes over this one and some of his, here's the interview, the long 20-page interview, and some of the history of Iijima. Again, this is the most comprehensive collection on Iijima ever released, 2003. It's amazing. If you can ever find it out in the wild, definitely pick it up. All right, let's move on. All right, well, I went over to the Axe 25th anniversary exhibition over here at Biriken Gallery in Minato-ku, Tokyo for the event. This was split up into two events, one starting in February to March and then part two in March to April, because over the 25 years the Axe has been around, they've had so many contributors. There's a lot of beautiful original art here, lots of signed copies of books, just a lot of cool stuff. There's some Kago Shintaro right there. I went to pick up some original artwork, but everyone that I wanted to buy was already sold out because this was already a week into the exhibition or so. I really wanted to get some Goto Yuka stuff. She did, and there's some Sakabashiri Miri stuff as well right there. Just so much cool stuff. That's one of the pieces that I wanted, and the other one is right here. But unfortunately, they were sold out. She actually came on Saturday, the 11th of March, and my daughter and I, my daughter's an aspiring mangaka, we were going to go down together until one of her friends called her up and asked her to go play, and we did not make it down. But I did buy some stuff while I was here at the event, which I'll show you here in a moment at the end of this video. No original artwork, but I got some cool books and some other kind of cool merch while I was there. But some amazing artwork. Small show. There's a cool Ichiba Daisuke that was a little bit out of my price range, but here, let's take a look at what I did get. Alright, let's take a look at what I picked up over at the Biriken Gallery Axe Magazine 25th Anniversary Exhibition. God, that's a mouthful. Of course, Axe Magazine has been around for 25 years. It's their 25th anniversary, and they are famous for publishing underground mangaka and a lot of Heta-Uma stuff, a lot of just, you know, weird offbeat manga that you don't find in mainstream manga magazines. Luckily, I was able to find some Sakabashire Imiri. Of course, Sakabashire Imiri is famous in, like, the West, mostly for his Sophie Kaiju toys, but he did quite a few manga, and he's a great painter and illustrator. I collect a lot of his stuff, and I found Noro no Mero, Throat Maze, which this and this both in the aftermarket, they sell for quite a bit because they're hard to find these days, but being able to find them new at the exhibition was pretty rad. Unfortunately, all of his original artwork was sold out already because we're already about a week into the exhibition. So I was not able to get any original art, but I was able to at least find 2 tankobon by him. I like Throat Maze a lot, and this one here, this is Red Tights Man, Aka Tights Otoko, which is also a fun one. He usually opens with some illustrations related to the manga. And then you get into the manga stories, very fantastical, lots of monsters and kaiju and just very surreal scenes. And you can tell that this guy likes to draw, man. Just detail upon detail and layer upon layer. And very trippy, my friends. Very trippy. Noro no Mero, Throat Maze, is more of an adventure with our main protagonist here. I've been collecting Sakabashira stuff for quite some time, so I have, I think, everything in my personal collection. What is it? Fufu Mama? Mama Fufu? I can't remember the title. I sold that recently to someone who's a collector as well, so I have to re-grab that one. But pretty much everything else I have, these I will sell. I'm a big Goto Yuka fan. This is Segitai. And unfortunately, also, all of Goto's works, original artworks, were sold out. But she's going to be there this Saturday. I'm going to try to make it over there because she'll be doing illustrations, doing signing, and then selling some works while she's there. I was lucky and I got a full set of Segitai by Goto, 1 through 4, and 3 and 4 have gotten very difficult to get, especially new, but even in the aftermarket. 1 and 2 I can usually track down, but 3 and 4 are getting hard to get, and all of these are Sainhon, or signed, so they all have a signature and an illustration by the fabulous Ms. Goto herself. Goto. My pronunciation sucks today. I love the... Oh, there's an illustration and signing here. These are adventure manga from the Tokyo subways. They are the Justice Corps, Seigitai, and they catch criminals and right wrongs. Heita Uma. Lots of chase scenes, lots of train scenes. Waha! Caw-caw! Fun stuff. I really love this series, but it's really exciting and really fun. I read it. I probably read one like 2 or 3 times before tracking down 2, 3, and 4 because initially I just didn't know much about Goto Yuka. This is all hand-drawn. There's no illustrations in the original. So that was cool. And also, it seems like during COVID, she made a bunch of like these little zines. So the covers are illustrations. The inside is like a short story. There's very few illustrations on the inside, so there's not really any reason for me to open them. But these were super cheap. Corona ni makenai. Do not lose to Corona. And these were cheap. These were like 300 yen. I think this one was like 100. Little homemade zines, which is awesome because these are for me. And I bought them basically because of the awesome cover art and because I'm going to read them. Let's see, what else did I get? A couple other books, all signed as well. So that's the awesome thing about going to these exhibitions. You can find signed books that you usually can't find anywhere else, like Barador by, of course, Daisuke Ichiba, one of my favorite Eroguro illustrators. This, I have one of these for sale on the website, but you know, it's always nice to get something signed. Love me some Ichiba. And there's the signature right there. Unfortunately, no illustration, but beggars can't be choosers, my friends. And a couple of artists that I've known about, they've been on my radar, but I haven't really picked up. First, this is Raisin Rum Tomoshimasu. I am called Raisin Rum, or my name is Raisin Rum, by Family Restaurant. Family Restaurant is a wild name. This is also signed and illustrated by Family Restaurant. And it is also kind of Heita Uma style. Gags and adventures. I have a lot of Axe magazines, so I have read some little one-shots and some stuff here and there by Family Restaurant, but yeah, I kind of picked this up for myself primarily, but we shall see. We shall see. Sometimes when I read something, I'm willing to sell it. Other times, I keep it forever, my friends. I keep it forever. And this is Shimada Torayusuke. Also, and Shima Tora is his nickname. Shimada and Torayusuke combined. Kind of Gekiga with Heita Uma, a little bit of Ebisu stylings in here. You know, Yoshikazu Ebisu, the Heita Uma master. I don't know. I just gotta dig into it. I've been trying to expand my Heita Uma collection and find some more artists that I've, you know, just not had the opportunity to dig into. And Shimada is one of them. Sign home. I also got this little zine. This is Tanaka. So it's like the Yukio's character, Kawasaki Yukio, but it's not by Kawasaki Yukio. So it's kind of like a spoof zine manga. Looks like a doujinshi, self-published. And also, check this out. An original panel in the back. So that's cool. from the original layout. So stoked to get that. This is just a flyer for an event. I swear I had some more flyers too that I busted out, but I think I forgot them on the table there. It's okay, I know I'll be back because they split up this exhibition for the 25th anniversary of Axe Magazine into 2 parts. So next month, they will have the second part because they just have so many contributors to Axe Magazine. They couldn't fit all of them into the gallery at once, so they're splitting up the exhibition. This is Piko Piko Kaiju Daizukan. This is Piko Piko Kaiju Encyclopedia release party, which I will be going to in April. So I'm excited for that. Just a couple other things I got really quick. I got 2 of these. These are, of course, Hanawa Kazuichi. This is his character from Kemusho no Naka. I don't know, in prison. I forget the English title. I don't know the English title of anything. But one of my friends in France requested that I pick him up one, and I collect mugs as well. By like mangaka mugs, I have, you know, some Eguchi, some Devilman, some Go Nagai. I got a few over here. Ito Junji. Slowly putting a collection together. And then finally, they had some sick tote bags of my favorite character in all of Eroguro, Midori-chan. So I picked up 2 of these, probably 1 for sale and 1 for me. All right, my fine friends, let's move on. Now I'm over here at the DZ50, 50th anniversary of Devilman and Majinga Z, Majinga Z. Of course, the master, Nagai Go right here. This was a little bit different. He had a similar exhibition at Gallery of Hakuba last year that I went to. I bought some skateboards there, I bought some books and stuff, but this was very toy-centric as far as the event went, and this is a week after the event opened, so almost all of the good toys were sold. I had some customers that asked me to pick them up some stuff, but you know, I'm a book slanger, not a toy slanger, although I did get some stuff while I was here that I will show you. Creepy Doll at the end of these clips here. There was some cool stuff on display, but again, like, my Japanese office isn't so big, I can't pack it full of toys. I already have it packed full of manga and art books. But huge Nagai Go fan, so it was cool to come down here and grab some merch while I could. This video was pretty cool. I don't know, I just took some random clips, some rando clips here. Yeah, the event at Gallery of Hakuba last year had more original artwork. This one, obviously, lots and lots of custom designed toys. This is Art Junkie right here. I have some Art Junkie toys. I do have some toys around, but those were all sold out. All the famous and popular, you know, Science Patrols, Art Junkie, all these guys were sold out. But there was some cool stuff. This Cutie Honey figure was sick. Also sold out. You can see there it says Kanbai and that little red thing. But yeah, there was some cool stuff down here. This was held in Shibuya at Seibu Department Store on the 7th floor by Kinokuniya Bookstore. But let's take a look at what I picked up while I was here. Well, now let's take a look at what I got over at the Go Nagai 50-year anniversary exhibition at Seibu in Shibuya, which I hit on the way back from the Axe Magazine 25th anniversary event. Actually, he did a similar event last year at Gallery of Hakuba in Nakano down the road from my place. But surprisingly, a lot of stuff was different. This was really focused on sofubi and figures and toys, many of which were sold out, many of which were very expensive, but it's hard for me to ship toys these days, and man, it's just like, I'm in the book business, I'm not really in the toy business, but I do buy them sometimes, but not today. I'll just show you some of the stuff that I did buy while I was there. I got these. These are like canvas prints, so it's obviously not original artwork, but these are based off some woodblock prints that he hand carved And then those woodblock prints he had printed onto these canvases. So that's why they kind of look like an ukiyo-e, or a traditional woodblock print. There's a little explanation in the back showing, I think on the other side of this is just how to hang it, but on the other side of this, showing him carving the actual woodblock prints, and they had some displays up and stuff. It's pretty cool. They also had these like little paper cards with the same images on them, but these were just a little bit more expensive, and they're much cooler looking, right? These little canvas prints. I dig these the most. And I always love introspective Devilman. Of course, I'm a huge Devilman fan, right? And since it's the DVMZ, it's Devilman and Mazinger. So there's one of these. God, I'm such a space cadet. Sorry, guys. But anyways, this is the Mazinger print, canvas print as well. Also very cool. Dig it, dig it. I don't even know what I'm going to do with these. I'm probably going to end up keeping them. Hopefully I'll be in a bigger space by the end of this year or the beginning of next year. So I'll have lots of wall space, I'm hoping, to display some of the stuff that I have. Like this. This is like a little standing card. At first I thought it was a set of postcards, but it's not. It's got like a little, you know, it stands like this as a little thing that pops out in the back. So I got 2 of these. One for me. One for you. Love me the full body tat action of all of the demons inside his body. Sick. And yeah, I got 2 of those. This one is not for you. This is for me. This is a t-shirt. I'm going to LA next week, so I figured I might as well buy a couple nice clean t-shirts. I got this, and at my friend's shop down the road called Food Brain here in Koenji, there was a Pushead Times Go Nagai tie-up Devilman shirt that they released, and I got one of those. Just sick. Just awesome. And I don't know if we're going to be able to really see these, but I got a couple posters. And again, I got duplicates. I got 1 for me of each and 1 to sell of each. This is basically the way I do things these days because I am greedy and I want something for myself. But also, sometimes I'll buy stuff and then, you know, after a while, I'll display it. And then after a while, I will sell it. Pretty sick, right? That's the Devilman times Mazinger poster. And this one should be just the Devilman. They had a little bit of original artwork there, but nothing that really stood out to me that was worth, I mean, it's expensive stuff, you know, anywhere from $500 to $1,200 for any of the original artwork or Genga, but there wasn't that many. There was only like 5 or 6. Again, this Seibu exhibition was very heavy on toys and light on everything else. They had a lot of like stationery goods and t-shirts and stuff, but I'm out for print materials. So that's that. Pretty sick. And that, my fine friends, is what I got while I was over in Shibuya at Seibu for the 50th year anniversary Devilman Mazinger Go Nagai exhibition. All right, let's take a look at what's inside that big stack of mail that I got over the last week. I've kind of just been stacking boxes up because, well, I wanted some content for this video. It's been a while since I put out a YouTube video. I figured I might as well show y'all some of the stuff I've been picking up. This is Hino Hideshi Makiko. from the Konbini Ban 19 volume set. I actually already had this, but I sold a full set, and somehow I had a couple doubles in there and it was missing this one. So I gave the customer mine and then reordered one for myself. Hell Baby maybe was the English title. I'm so bad with English titles. Yeah, Hino is always good fun. What else we got here? Ooh, I've been collecting horror magazines from the 80s. The horror movies, parts 1 through, I believe, 5, came out around 1985. So there's some good stuff in these. These are fun. Fright Night ad. It's cool. There's also these small ones. Here, one sec. Where did I put... So they also did another one, the horror movies, by the same publishers. And you can, obviously, it's the same thing. It's just, these are small little tonkobons. These are fun too. I've only got 1, 2, and 4 so far. I still need to get 3. And I did find a set online, but they're so damn expensive online. It's much better to get these things in the wild if you want to get a good price. What else we got? Ah ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. My cult collection is increasing. So I've owned a few of these, but they're getting so dang hard to find and so expensive. I was like, I found one online and I was like, well, it's expensive, but I might as well scoop it up now. Of course, Shoko Asahara of the Om Shinrikyo, New Religion. This is a writer that's writing about the Om and Shoko Asahara. And I tell you what, I read half of this and it's a bunch of fucking dribble. Just nonsense. And I've talked about this before in the past. Metsubo no Hi, Armageddon or Harmageddon. Just silly. All right, I got lots more stuff coming. Let's see, what else do I have here? To be honest, I don't know what I have. Jesus. Oh. What do we have here? Some Mizuki Shigeru by chance? I should have prepped these a little bit better. I really wanted this. Akuma-kun? Because the illustrations are amazing. This is geared towards kids. And I knew that the quality wasn't going to be the best quality. It's hard. I mean, these get beat up, you know, kids' books. But look at that color print. And we have some manga. And then we have the 2-color print. Oh, look at that dude. That dude is so rad. Of course, JapanBookHunter.com is where I'm slanging my books. Dudes, you wouldn't believe it. I just did my taxes. In the last year, I bought $30,000 worth of books. Isn't that insane? Wild. Who would have thought? And this was kind of a freebie that came with it. This is also Akuma-kun. Little tankobon. There's the man, Mizuki Shigeru. Look at this detail. I mean, all the lines. So many lines. I wonder what the scale was that he did these on, too. Awesome. Love me some Mizuki Shigeru. What do we have here? Dude. I should have opened this one a little bit better. This is some, I can tell by the slip cover. It's Hayashi Yoshifumi And of course, this is wild, wild kind of erotic illustration stuff. Very surreal. And this orange one is getting harder and harder to find. I almost always have a little bit of Hayashi in stock on the website. And yeah, he's a popular one. If you're into stuff like Hayashi, you'd probably be into stuff like Namio Harukawa, Okishoji, Mukuyoji. You know, a lot of these erotic illustrators that showed up in SM magazines in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Ultra Jump magazine, I missed this when it was on the shelves. It sold out really quick. It sold out super quick because it's the first appearance of the new arc of JoJo, the JoJo Lands. So I had to buy it aftermarket. I figured I'd pay double the price now instead of 10 times the price next year. So looks like it's in pretty decent condition. No creases on the spine. That's a big thing. You know, these magazines get gnarly creases if you're not careful with them. So there's a JoJo first appearance of this arc. I have a mess in here. We'll look at some fun stuff. This is Umezu Kazuo, Umez Furuta toy from 2005. This one's missing the box, but I don't care because this isn't for sale. This is for myself. This is from Orochi. Of course, Orochi's been released in English recently. Beautiful, beautiful hardcover editions. But I like my Tankobon Orochi set the best. And in the same series, this is what the box looks like. These are all blind box releases. 20th Century Mangaka Collection 8 by Furuta. Umezu Kazuo no Seikai, or the world of Umezu Kazuo. And this one has this one in it. And this one, and that one's, it's called The Laughing Mask. And this one has this one in it from The Drifting Classroom. And again, those are for myself. But I will sell this. This is Chicken George from 14. The best chicken in the world is Chicken George, for fuck's sake. How could you not love Chicken George? This is a wind-up. I actually have, here, one sec. I have a Cat-Eyed Boy one as well from the same series. These came out in 2000, I believe. But, God, you know what? I might keep that bad boy. That's a fun one. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll post it one day. And if it doesn't sell, it'll go on my shelf. Staying on the Umezu kick, like, I just bought a bunch of Umezu stuff for myself, basically. Ultraman 3-volume edition, the original Tankobon by Umezu. I know Umez usually doesn't do tokusatsu stuff, but he did the Ultraman series and it is amazing. He also did omnibus version, and he released a 2-volume set version, but this is the classic. More Psycho stuff. Sante, or Satin. Manga Sante by, of course, Sagawa Issei. Dead motherfucker. He's dead. This was released in 2000 by Mandarake Press. A little bit of foxing on the cover, but of course, he's the Kobe cannibal. Killed the poor girl in Paris. And this is an original drawing by him that came with him. These are super hard to find these days. If you run across one, I suggest buying it because it will be worth lots and lots more money because dude is dead. Here's one already opened, but this is Murder Casebook. Murders from around the world. They have a whole series of these. I think there's about 10 of them or something. I don't know, 8, 10, 1995. This is the Manson issue. But there's more than just Manson in it. It also has some Sagawa Issei in it. Sagawa Issei is on the cover of book 2, but this is book 1. And they have some Sagawa in it. There's the creeper right there. I can't flip through all of this because I don't want to show, you know, dead bodies and nudity and stuff here on the YouTube because I will get kicked off once again. Yeah, some wild Manson family stuff. But, yeah, I see these around, but, yeah, people like collecting weird stuff. So do I. So do I. Let me remove these toys. More stuff coming. One sec. Oh. I restocked some, Spider-Man. The manga. You know, the original series has the Michelangelo Spider-Man covers on them. And then this series, the Sun Wide Comics edition, is my favorite. It's the original is an 8-volume set. This is a 5-volume set, but this one skips the origin story, starts off with some wanky, some assault, and by the middle, there's a weed party in Shinjuku. So this is the best edition in my opinion. Plus, I love the covers. Covers are really sick. But yeah, some Japanese Spider-Man. Jeez. I didn't even open that one yet. Ah. If you're gonna buy one, you might as well buy two, right? Shh, go hard or go home, my friends. That was probably the most broed out thing I've said on this YouTube. What is this? Ah, this is a set of 3 Kashihon manga that a friend of mine in the States asked me to pick up for him. So I am not going to open it. I'm going to keep it sealed like this, and I'm going to package it a little bit better for him, and I'm going to ship it to him. For returning customers, I do special requests. For new customers, I cannot do special requests anymore. I keep on getting burnt. Like, people ask me to get them stuff, and then they'll ghost. So, unless you're a regular customer, no, I do not buy anything special for you, my fine friends. Wish I could, but I'm too trusting. I figure that, like, I don't know, people are like me, they're collectors. So if they want something, that they're gonna actually pick it up, right? Because otherwise they wouldn't want it. This is a complete set of Brothers I've been reading lately. It's about, so I'm on volume 3 right now. There's 9 in the series, I believe. 9. And it's about Terminator robots, basically, called HEM. I've talked about it before on the show, but man, I just really love it. By volume 2, Hitler and Ava, when they kill themselves in their bunker, they kill themselves so they can have their brains transplanted into superhuman Terminator robots, the HEM, and so that they can get away from the, you know, oncoming Allied forces. And, dude, it is wild. Some wild stuff. Dude, I can't show any of it. There's so much nudity and so much sex and so much violence. It's just too wild. Oh. What can you do? I got a couple more boxes here. What do we have here? Ah, so I showed you the Sun Wide edition of Spider-Man. And this, my fine friends, is the original tankobon set of the same Spider-Man with the Michelangelo covers. So I'll bust these out and show them to you really quick. Hey. See, Michelangelo covers, right? And these start off pretty tame, you know? But the contents are basically the same between the editions, just everything's in a different order. But this one, we start off with the origin story, not Wanky Wanky and Assault. Hey, someone's at my door. One moment. I normally wouldn't stop a video just to answer the door right in the middle, but we're doing an unboxing anyways, so obviously I'm getting something to unbox. And this is Jigoku no Kisetsu, or Season of Hell. This is one of the most hardcore Eroguro books I've ever owned. It has Mitsuka, Hattori, Waita, maybe Shiga, and then Jun Hayami, Kago Shintaro, and it is foul and disgusting. And I had one, I sold it on my Instagram page, Japan Book Hunter, and then I forgot to take it down from the website. Somebody went and bought it off of the website, and then I had to go try to find another one. I couldn't find one in the shop. I found one online overpriced, but it had already sold from the shop, so I just had to eat it. Whatever. What can you do? And finally, I got this big box of filth. This is, I forget, 27 Toshio Maeda books. Look at that. Some of these covers are pretty filthy. Some of them are not. Body 1 and 2 in here. Of course, La Blue Girl. I've never owned this one. I've owned quite a lot of Toshio over the years. Aiden no Kaze, Aiden's Wind, Nikuman de Go, and lots more. Habuga Iku is always a popular one. Of course, La Blue Girl. I am keeping those because somehow I can't find mine. I think I sold them. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. So I'll be posting a lot of this over the next coming week or so. So if you're into Toshio Maeda, hop on over to japanbookhunter.com and let's move on. All right, I'm over here at Mitsubishi Ichigo Museum, Marunouchi, Tokyo, for the Yoshii-iku Yoshitoshi ukiyo-e woodblock print exhibition. And of course, both of them studied under Utagawa Kuniyoshi. So there's some Kuniyoshi pieces here as well. Basically, these two are the last remnants of really the famous like ukiyo-e woodblock print era. They did the famous 28 scenes of murder together, which later on Maruo Suehiro and Hanawa Kazuichi would copy and put together into Muzane, or Bloody Ukiyo-e, which was their book that they put out in the early 2000s. And yeah, this was an excellent event. It was like when you go into this museum, you go up to the 3rd floor, you work your way down to the 2nd floor, and then in the 1st floor there's the gift shop through the exit, where I bought a bunch of stuff that I'll show you at the end of this segment. So if you don't want to, if you're here for the manga, I understand, skip ahead, see what I picked up while I was there. But these are just amazing woodblock prints by the masters. So much detail. Unfortunately, 75% of the event you could not film or take pictures of, including the 28 scenes of murder. But I tell you what, I will show you those 28 scenes of murder later on in the video. So I took like vids of what I could while I was there. Just beautiful work. And you have to remember, this is wood block printing. So the amount of detail that goes into carving these and then laying down the colors and then printing it's just freaking amazing, man. And of course, they went a little harder than their master, Kuniyoshi, who did more traditional Edo era woodblock printing. Of course, he was, 40 years older than them. But despite being like fierce competitors with each other, they both studied under Kuniyoshi and went on to do like many collaborations with each other. So was a real amazing event. I think the last time that I'm a big Yoshitoshi fan, the last time that he had an event in Tokyo, I think was 2014. I have the catalog from that art event and some other goods. I have like a tapestry, some other things. Actually, you'll see the tapestry later on in this video. Just amazing stuff. I don't know, I didn't have to post all these clips up in here, but God, I enjoyed the show so much that I feel like it's a waste not to use all of the clips that I took while I was there. I mean, that's just sick. Yoshitoshi did a great series of women of Japan. I mean, the detail on the fabrics, amazing. That's one thing that Kuniyoshi was famous for, was the amount of detail that he put into, the clothing and the wear of the characters, of the figures that he would do woodblock printing of. And obviously he taught his proteges well, because they do the same. But they throw a little bit more blood and violence into their woodblock printing than he did. Still, amazing stuff. I might have a couple things up at JapanBookHunter.com in the next couple weeks that I got at this event, but at any rate, let's take a look at what I picked up while I was over there. Alright, let's take a look at what I picked up while I was at the Yoshii-iku Yoshitoshi exhibition. Of course, that means Utagawa Yoshii-iku and Tsukioka Yoshitoshi, who both studied under the master, Utagawa Kuniyoshi. But I know that's a little bit confusing, but it's been a while since they had an exhibition. I'm a big Yoshitoshi fan. Actually, this tapestry underneath is from the 2014 exhibition held here in Tokyo. So I think there hasn't been at least a Yoshitoshi exhibition in Tokyo for the past 10 years. So I was excited to go. I picked up some stuff while I was there. I'll show you. This is the event flyer. Of course, Yoshii-iku and Yoshitoshi are considered the last of the Uki-Oe masters, woodblock print masters. This was held in Marunouchi at the Mitsubishi Ichigokan Museum. So anyways, first, these little cute books that I got. These are so rad. These are all hand stitched. There's even like a little pamphlet in the back showing how they were hand stitched. Isn't that cool? Not of all of them, but most of them have this little explanation to them. And there's some Kuniyoshi ones and a couple Yoshitoshi ones. Super high quality paper, little obies. So I got a couple for myself and a couple to put up on the website for sale, JapanBookHunter.com. Of course, how many times am I going to say that this video? I don't know, because I do these in segments and I just say what I say when I'm saying it. It takes me a few weeks. I'll record a video here and a video there, and then I try to edit them together somewhat in a cohesive manner. But as you all know, it's been a while since I did a video. They're so good. Some real classic imagery. I think there's about 44 pages in each of these. We'll look at one of the Kuniyoshis as well. I'm not going to go through all the stuff I picked up, because it would just take too much time, but I'll definitely show you the exhibition catalog, because that is rad. And those exhibition catalogs, the reason why I go to so many art events is because it's for the exhibition catalogs, really, because usually they're low print runs for the exhibition only, Sometimes they don't even have barcodes on them. And oftentimes they double, triple in price after a bit of time has passed because they become very hard to find. Anyways, those are the little guys I got. I got a couple posters too, but I don't really want to unwrap them, which are, maybe we could see it. Which way does it go? Ah, it's too small. Too small to see the image. There's a little image in the corner down here. All right, let's see what else I got. Might as well just show you the exhibition catalog. It's so amazing. I got a few of them. Yoshitoshi and Yoshi-Iku. These are hand-stitched. This is just the obi over the top. Not hand-stitched, I'm sorry. Stitch bindings. The previous little guys are the hand-stitched ones. This is the appendix in the back. I should be going from this way. But the stitch bindings, the pages turn flat, right? Unlike glued bindings, which is much better for an exhibition book. Some explanations in the beginning. Tsukioka Yoshitoshi. I forget who painted this. It's a famous painting of him. It's the one famous painting of him. If these look a little bit familiar, if you're familiar with Eroguro art, Muzane by Maruo Suehiro and Hanawa Kazuichi had these in the original edition. So the original edition, this is from the 28 Scenes of Murder. And in the original edition, and that was done by Yoshi-Iku and Yoshitoshi. They did the original 28 Scenes of Murder. Then Hanawa and Maruo got together and they did their version of it. In the original edition of Bloody Ukiyo-e or Muzan-e, in the first half you get the 28 Maruo and Hanawas, and then in the second half you get the print of the Yoshi-Iku and the Yoshitoshi. But in subsequent editions, they took out the Yoshi-Iku and the Yoshitoshi because they probably only licensed it for a short period of time. They had really high quality prints of this, but they were like $150 or $200. And yeah, I have so much artwork and posters and stuff right now. I just could not do it. God, it's so good, right? And this is big. I mean, I think it's about 300, I'd say 250 to 300 pages. But again, I'm not going to go through every page because I know many of you are here for the manga, but not the art books. But Yoshi-Iku and Yoshitoshi influenced a number of amazing Japanese illustrators and mangaka. So it's good to take a look back on the history. Yeah, pretty amazing stuff. There's a classic. And because they're woodblock prints, the color is just amazing. And seeing all these, the detail in person was amazing too. So anyways, that is the art event catalog. And then I got a couple books. This is just a notebook. I got this for myself. It's got Yoshi-Iku and Yoshitoshi on it, but it's just a blank. It's just a blank notebook I'll use for something. And this is the Japan China 100 Stories ukiyo-e. I believe this was released in around 2016 or so. They had this in the gift shop there, so I picked this up. We shall see. The exhibition's going on for a while, so I might actually end up going back to the gift shop. I don't know if you have to buy a ticket. I think you might have to buy a ticket to get in to even go in the gift shop, though. And the tickets are like $20. It's not like trivial. I like how they have the explanations in the background of each piece. Sorry, guys, that don't read Japanese. For me, that's awesome. For you, that's probably trivial as well. I gotta use that word twice today, and I don't know fucking why. And this is this is also a collection of Kuniyoshi and Yoshitoshi pieces. Again, amazing detail. The gara, the design on the fabrics is always amazing. And that, my fine friends, is what I got while I was over at the Yoshi-Iku Yoshitoshi exhibition at Mitsubishi Ichigo Museum in Marunouchi, Tokyo. All right, let's bring that Yoshi-Iku Yoshitoshi ukiyo-e event back to manga. This is Bloody Ukiyo-e Muzan-e. This is the first edition, actually the third pressing of the first edition by Maruo Suehiro and Hanawa Kazuichi. Of course, everyone knows Maruo, right? This is Tomino's Hell. Check this out. Signed with the event card in it from the release event. This is for sale up at JapanBookHunter.com, which I have mentioned many times. A lot of people in the West don't know as much about Hanawa Kazuichi. This is a pretty famous one. This is Tsuki no Hikari, or Moonlight. Very heavy on the Edo Jidai era, the Edo era, but classic Edo Guro. That face is looking very Hino Hideshi right there. Is that a reference? Anyways, mangaka as well, and of course both of them are heavy illustrators. This edition of Bloody Ukiyo-e contains the 28 scenes of murder by Maruo and Hanawa, as well as the 28 scenes of murder by Yoshi-Iku and Yoshitoshi. So later editions do not have the Yoshi-Iku Yoshitoshi pages in them. They just have big, thick, almost postcard level heavy paper of the 28 scenes of murder by Maruo and Hanawa. One good thing about this edition is there is English and Japanese. One bad thing about this edition is the English is fucking awful. As someone who is an editor and a translator by trade, it's a little bit frustrating to read the English. So Maruo, of course. Hanawa. Maruo. And Hanawa. These are all based on something, on some incident, some event, just like supposedly the Yoshi-iku Yoshitoshi 28 Scenes of Murder as well, historical events. Based on a fortune-telling ceremony. Oh, no, I like this. There's no need to explain Hitler. No, there is no need to explain the man with the little mustache. More Hanawa. More Maruo. Maruo is obsessed with Germany and not just, you know, what we expect him to be obsessed about, but also with like murders and, you know, serial killers and incidents that occurred in Germany. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of just shutting up here so that you guys can just, so y'all can just check out the artwork. Illustrated in the stylings of the Yoshi-iku Yoshitoshi woodblock prints, but obviously these are not woodblock prints. They are illustrations. And here we get the original 28 Scenes of Murder. Seeing these in person was amazing at the event. And dang, I wish I could have taken some pictures or filmed in there. But, you know, they kind of have it worked out at the museums these days. They do give you some places, because they know people are going to post on SNS. It's going to promote the event. So they do give you some corners or some rooms where you can take pictures and film. But of course, the rare original artwork, they do not want, you know, flash on them. They do not want people getting right up on them. So you are not allowed to take pictures and film. But as I mentioned before, compared to Kuniyoshi, these guys are much more violent and sexual in their works. The stories, I've tried to read through some of the stories, and I can read them, even though they're handwritten. You know, there's some furigana on them and stuff, some hiragana here, but it's so archaic. The language is so archaic, it's really hard to follow. There's books that actually have layman translations of the stories that go along with each picture. It's so gruesome. Just peeling off his face. But I don't think I have any of those. I do get these in stock once in a while and sell them, but Not this one. This one is mine, my 5 friends. And thank you to everyone that has been patient waiting for this long overdue video. I appreciate you all. Hit me up on Instagram, Japan Book Hunter on Instagram, of course. Japan Book Hunter 2 is my backup account because, you know, lose accounts once in a while on SNS. People sometimes don't like books. And I appreciate you all. If you want to join the Discord, hit that banner at the top of the YouTube page. There's an invite for the Discord there. And you know what? I'm about ready to take off and go on a little trip tomorrow. So hope you enjoyed the video and mata ne.